What's up, YouTube? Luke, the window cleaner, Rihanna.
I'm here.
We are getting rained out today. Well, we were supposed to be rained out today, and we dedicated the day to canvassing. In the meantime, we got a quote for a gutter cleaning and a window cleaning, and then a storm window cleaning across town. So we're gonna knock out these quotes real quick, and then we're gonna go canvassing. We do not drive to all of our quotes, but we were out canvassing today and we said, why not?
And you find a lot of times with like older clients, they don't want to take pictures of their house. That's fine.
Yeah. If you want to look at it on Google Street View and just say $99 or whatever, that's cool.
There's also like people who have websites where like people can go in and be like, I have this many windows and they're this type of window and I have this many screens and whatever, and it'll just give them a price that way. But that's putting a lot of faith into someone's ability to count windows the same way you count windows. And so we don't do it that way. We found 9 times out of 10, they will miss windows. Or they count windows differently. Yeah. It's rare. That's why even when we do the photo quotes, like, so if a customer does text us photos, I always put in there, this is the price for the windows in the photos. It's very important because... Speaking in. A little bird was back there? He popped up back here and he had his little head up just enough where he could like look in and see us, and he was like, look at him. Oh, I hope that was in the... Oh, it's adorable. Come back! But what I was saying... We've ran into issues when we get to the home, they'll be like, well, you said this, you know, and then it gets weird because we gotta be like, well, you didn't really send those, you know, those windows weren't included in the photo. So we just want as little argument or discrepancies you can possibly have in the quoting process. And to make it as easy as you can with customers. Just make it so easy. Like, this isn't a necessary service. They don't have to have their windows cleaned. So make it almost like a luxury service where they don't have to do any work. They shouldn't have to do any work. Or fill out long forms or anything like that. Marina's right. The easier the better. Man, gutter cleaning has really picked up for us. So I hate the work. Honestly, it's dangerous. It's dirty. It's really picking up. So we're just going to embrace that. All right. So here's the house. 1, 2, 3... four double hungs. They got a storm door and that little side entry door there. All right. 2 more double hungs. Back here. Oh, real easy job. Real straightforward. We'll send that over when we get back to the office with House Call Pro, attach our insurance and some available service dates, and yeah. I'd like to say something. Floor is all yours. When we do gutter cleaning in our area, it's really common for the $89 gutter cleanings, and that includes everything. We are over double that for our minimum, and we still get jobs. So just because everyone in your area is saying, you know, $99, $79, $89 doesn't mean you have to do that. Charge what you're worth, charge what your time is worth, and you'll still get the jobs. We keep booking gutter jobs, and we are over double what the competitors, what a majority of our competitors are charging. Yep. And I think it's all in the way that you present your service. If the customer does not mind if I just get up there with a leaf blower, blow the crap out onto their lawn and call it a job well done, I'll do it for $89 because I can do that in 30 minutes or less, like literally done. And I explained to them that we do not do that. We collect all of the debris. We take care of disposal of the debris. If anything does land on the property, we pick that up. We clear any blockages in the gutters, and we also clear out all of the downspouts. And if you're not home, we always take before and after photos so that you can see it's a job well done. And we feel that that service deserves more money. So, because we get that complaint all the time. Well, the last guy didn't do a good job. The last guy just blew it out on my yard. And we kind of thought to ourselves, like,
why don't we offer a better service? But we gotta charge
And
for
we
it.
stick to our guns on the pricing, and we still get the job. So
You see how small that house is? $200. Sticking to our guns. I'm the worst about sticking to my guns. On here, I'm always like, and then in real life, I'm like, Rihanna, we should do that for $100. I do that, and Rihanna's the one that's really taught me.
not when it comes to gutter cleaning.
Huh?
Not when it comes to gutter cleaning. You've gotten that up there because you hate doing it so much.
I've learned my lesson too. I just talked to a guy on our forum at lukethewindowcleaner.com/community, and he was saying that he was at a house or a condo, and he was cleaning the windows, or a home, and then a condo next door, the lady came out and said, hey, since you're here, can you come by and get mine real quick? And she had like 4 windows and a sliding door. And he was like, what do you do in that situation? You know, he's like, I just charge her $50 or something to do it, because he was right there. And I explained, it's really up to you. We have a minimum, and we stick to our minimum to do that kind of work, even if it is 4 windows or 3 windows. But if you just want to swing by and grab it, it's really up to you and how you want to run your business, because I think there's perks in both. Sticking with the minimum, I think you're setting a standard for your company and your services, but it could kind of aggravate people, because if it is just a handful of windows, you go by, get it done, they tell a neighbor, maybe they call you next time to have the whole home done. So I can see points of views on both, but we stick to a minimum. So if someone came out, we'd be like, nope.
Let's go.
Updates. They weren't interested, but I give the car to them anyways. They said that they would give us a call once the weather warms up and summer comes around.
Once the sun rises in the...
So they weren't here.
No one was.
It's just, I don't know, some lady that said she was with the place, and then when I asked about window cleaning, she's like, oh, I don't work here. I was like, you just, okay, cool. I don't know, it's weird.
So like the worst part of like transitioning like from winter to spring, one of like the worst things is like you don't have to wear gloves all the time anymore, and so your hands have to get used to being in the soap again, and like my hands are so dry, like it's just like look at that skin. And they sting. There wasn't any real point of that. I was just doing this and I was like, that's disgusting. What?
Hello? Hello? Moving on. So, just submitted a quote here for this thrift store. You never know. It's so funny when you think the store's not going to pay for it, you know.
And your wife says, you know, thrift stores pay for it.
This place has their windows cleaned, and it's a lot of glass. I mean, but they have their windows cleaned inside and out every month, and outside only every 2 weeks. So, yeah. And what was that like? I think it's like 60 panes of glass.
So outside only 1 week, inside and out in 2 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys have heard, but our good friend Jordy over at the Window Cleanse is now a sales representative at windowcleaner.com. Jordy's one of the greatest guys that we know in the industry. Very knowledgeable.
And Katrina.
If you don't know who Jordy is and his YouTube channel, The Window Cleanse, I will leave a link in the description below. Go check him out. It's got probably like 200 videos. Got tons of videos. Jordy has a dedicated phone line just for sales. So if you want to put this in your phone and say you need to order some rubber on the fly, or you've got a quick question about a DI tank before you hit that sell button, or you want Jordy just to put the sales through for you, call Jordy at 862-312-2633. It'll be up here somewhere too.
We'll also put his email down below. You can get a hold of him on Facebook for any like technique style questions. You can get a hold of us, through our messenger the same way, and Jordy's actually there as well. So he helps us answer our messages. So yeah.
He's made it real easy to get a hold of him. But that phone number is really just for his sales. So
we wish him good luck because we like him and we like seeing our friends do great things, and they're destined for great things.
There's no better person I can think of for sales. Jordy is a honest, knowledgeable guy, and he will do a great job at that. And that's why I was so excited to see him get involved with something like that. Let's do some more. So we had some good luck so far. We did we got a quote over at 2 pretty big office buildings, which is pretty cool. They'd be, I mean, off the top of my head, they're pretty big tickets. So look at that guesstimation.
Do they like who they have now?
So this place said that she had a company cleaning it for the last 7 years. And then they said that they could no longer service the building. She said it was really weird, and they really liked them. And then she said just recently, so they went a long time without a window cleaner, and just recently, where she goes to get her hair did, she saw the window cleaner at the hair salon, got his information, and now he cleans it. She says she's not incredibly impressed with his work and his price, but if we can beat his price, we'll definitely have the job. And that's where I kind of told her, I was like, well, if I can be honest with you, we're not the company that's going to come by and say, if he's doing this for 100, we'll do it for 95 just to get the job. I told her that we really stand behind being punctual and giving, and we take a lot of pride in our work, and that's where we're coming from. So who knows? Maybe she just doesn't like him. And I did stress to her that
she won't like us either. JK.
Yeah. So I stressed to her that I'll send the quote over. No guarantees on that price, obviously. But if this guy quits showing up or does a bad job, please feel free to give us a call.
She's gonna be in my sales funnel now.
Everything's all about the sales funnel. Do you guys have sales funnels?
Let's keep it going.
Oh.
Good momentum.
All right.
Riding off this momentum.
Hey guys, we would like to thank all of you for your support over the years on our YouTube channel and other social media that we have. We do have a Patreon, so if you would like to support what we do for the window cleaning industry and the content that we create, please join us over on our Patreon. The link is in the description below. And I would like to give a big shout out to some of the new Patreon members that we have. Chet Hingle? Chet and I have talked quite a bunch, and Chet, don't hate me if I butchered your last name. But Chet, thank you very much for signing up. We really like chatting with you, and I look forward to talking to you more about pressure washing too. Chris Watts, we love having you over there.
Gordon Bowerman. Robert Breweris.
Sounds like a Russian.
Thank you for joining our Patreon. And last but not least is Michael DeWeese. Thank you for joining. You guys, over there, you get a couple extra videos a month.
Mm-hmm.
And you get the podcast. So we do a podcast and a couple extra videos. So, we put out videos every Wednesday here on our channel. If you want a little bit more, and if you want to listen to the podcast, just join the Patreon. It's cool.
Yep, we'll be making a new podcast this week. And over on our Patreon, we also allow our Patreon members to throw out ideas and pick podcast topics. So a lot of cool things going on over there. But anyways, hope to see you there. Well, that's it for the day for us. So I've got a few quotes I'm going to send off using House Call Pro. If you didn't see my last video on sending quotes and estimates, I'll leave a link below. Spring is officially here, so it feels great to be back to work and back to the grind.
I think that there's a choice when you get to our size of what you want to go after. It's like you've got a decent route, you've got, days of routes, and you have to look at that and be like, okay, do I go after these smaller storefronts, $10, $15, $20 storefronts, and really, pack it on tight? Or do I start going after bigger storefronts, larger commercial work? And that's where we are right now. It's kind of like, we don't want the $10, $15 stops. If you do, that's awesome. That's a good way to start really padding up your route work. We want the larger stops, which is kind of like almost like a means to an end on like really small storefronts. So it's really, you have to like decide what's good for your company. For our company, we see the value in larger storefronts. Some companies go after the smaller ones to really fill in any tiny gaps they have.
And that can be even big. We know some really large storefront companies here in Kansas City that they nab up all the little bitty ones. So we're not saying it's the wrong way.
No, I was just saying there's two different ways you could go.
Yeah.
We're trying to go for the larger accounts. We're really proficient in those type of stores, and we can charge a good price for the work that's done. So that's where we are right now.
I would say with the larger storefronts, though, it's always just a little bit more difficult sometimes to get to the gatekeeper, is I think what we find. Sometimes it's easier at the mom and pop little storefronts because 9 times out of 10, the owner's either working in there or you've got the manager right there that's in direct contact with the owner. So those are always easier to get. I will definitely say that, but the bigger ones, getting to that gatekeeper can be more difficult because it's not as easy as, can I just speak to the district manager or the owner? It's not always that simple.
And you don't do them as often.
Yeah, because a lot of them, like that, we've got a large one that I'm going to send a quote to. They only want it yearly. You know, we'd be happy to have them on board, but you're going to have to pack in a whole lot more. I mean, you can't, you know, really scale off of a yearly job one. So, but that's going to be our focus for this year. We'd like to grow a little bit more in some larger storefronts.
And residential. I made these. What do you guys think? They're really, really simple. I had Luke make them. I didn't physically make them. I told him what I wanted and he did it. Really, really simple. The white, the red kind of catches your attention there. Back is really simple too. I'm like really proud of them. I feel like this on the door would like really just like pop. But yeah.
Because I'm guilty of always making a very complicated design, and sometimes we feel like it takes away from...
Luke is really good at making things for other window cleaners.
I perfected the art
of marketing to window cleaners, but these guys aren't window cleaners. And our last ones, he put like a water fed pole on there and had like water dripping on it, which didn't look great. A window cleaner saw that, they'd be like, oh cool. But I had like a 60-year-old lady, she'd be like, what is that?
Why does he have a broom on that window? I totally get it. And sometimes it's hard because we do create a lot of images for our own, you know, Luke the Window Cleaner Facebook and for our YouTube and things. And sometimes, like, we think it's cool and we're window cleaners. And sometimes it's hard to get out of that and create stuff for your target residential customer. It's really hard to break that because they don't like bright pink glowing squeegees. Maybe they do, I don't know. Rihanna doesn't think so, and I'm gonna go with what Rihanna thinks.
We're going for simple this year. We're just selling the brand.
Rihanna also had a good idea with these new door hangers. I'm a pretty big believer of always putting a picture of you on there. I think it helps with the customer, like, quote unquote, like getting to know you or having a familiar face or seeing you on there. So I always think that's a good idea to do, especially if you can get a good picture of you like actually cleaning a window. But Rihanna's idea was, why do that when we've got, you know, your face here? And the fun thing will be is that if and when they do call us for a quote, we'll show up and they'll be like, wow, you look just like your logo. And it's kind of like a little...
Just today we were driving down the road and there was a guy waiting on the bus and we're at a stoplight and he was like pointing at the logo and pointing at Luke and he was laughing. Like that's really cool.
We get it all the time, and Arena's right, because we had a new customer yesterday that we did gutter cleaning for him, and when we showed up, one of the first things he said, he was like, you look just like your branding. He's like, that's awesome, man, good job. And I was like, oh, thanks, man. So it is kind of a fun conversation piece. We always get a lot of questions about people and what they should do with their brands and everything else like that. I would try to just be original. I really would. You always see, and I'm not knocking anyone's company or anyone's name.
Don't give any examples.
Okay, but sometimes you see that everyone just kind of does the generic window cleaning company names and brands, and sometimes it's fun to look outside the box and do something original. But that's always for you. You have to make the decision yourself of what you want to do.
Okay guys, thanks for watching. Again, Jordy's number, we'll put it right here one more time. This is for anything that you need, like tool-wise, use it. He's an awesome guy. We're really proud of him, and You know, he is still running a window cleaning business. He's out there every day, just like you are, cleaning windows. He's pressure washing, so he knows his stuff. So, just really proud of him and just want to give him another shout real quick.
Yeah. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to tune back in for another video next Wednesday. We upload every single Wednesday. So be sure to like the video, subscribe, comment below, and we'll see you next Wednesday. Bye.